Anybody hold on. So if you guys can hear me with that for the fan. For anybody that's coming in here, I'm gonna just get some time to let the people come in, cause you know how it is. It's just a live video. So just like anybody that's seeing this after the fact that's just coming in, just so you know, I'm just wait about maybe a minute or so, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, just to let some people come in starting now. So bear with me, all right now. Hold on 1 second. All right, finna start soon. Hold on, y'all. All right, hold on. All right, I'm here. Listen, I'm gonna make this short. Cause my phone hot. You already know how it is. When I get up in here, it was hot. I just had to cool things down. Hold on. Speaking of that, all right. So listen, y'all, we're gonna get right into it. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me. All right. I hope y'all can still hear me. I'm gonna talk close to the mic so you can hear me. So I'm gonna try to make it brief for y'all, cause I love y'all. I wanna get this message out. So I'm gonna scoot over a little bit so I can closer to the mic and so I can be a little bit further away from the fan, just in case. So we got 36 people in here. We lit. So check it out. This video is titled, it's very important. It's called World of Bliss. For anybody who's into afterlife, or understanding about heaven, or understanding about the realms that come after this one. What you have to understand is, I really titled it World of Bliss, but what I really was wanting to talk about is orgasm. But I can't label that and term it that without making the video consented to a certain amount of audience. So I want to keep it free and open and keep it brief. When you're talking about orgasm or orgasmic energy, you need to understand this. Orgasmic energy. Whenever a person, and I'm gonna make it brief, whenever a person has an orgasm, man or woman, that split 5-10 second window period of actually having that orgasm is a 5-10 second split of you actually experiencing what that realm of what we call the gods, what we call the realm of the um a higher dimensional energy, what they actually live in, or the state of being that they actually are basking in, or just that world period. So what I mean by that is this is why they say whenever you die, or when you die, or you have a death or whatever, they say death is like an orgasm, and they say it's like an orgasm that's harder than the traditional orgasm that you have while you're alive. So even women, like they say women have the strongest orgasms, which may be true in some reality, but you gotta understand this: the feeling of orgasm when you die is actually even stronger than male and women orgasm, right? That's a world itself. Orgasm is a world itself. And once you get to about, I don't want to be specific, but I want to say around like six dimensional beings, like stars, fifth dimensional beings, planets. These things bask in orgasmic energy. You see what I'm saying? Like they actually, like, the state of being that you feel when you have an orgasm, however long it lasts, is a state of being that they actually live in, like that they're constantly in, and that's normal to them. And what they would actually call their orgasm up there will be something even higher or harder than that. So you have to understand that this is when you get into frequencies. You have higher and higher frequencies. Let's say let's say you experiencing pleasure, that feels good. Pleasure feels good. Then let's say you happy, that feels good. Then you say you're in joy, that may be higher than that. Then say you in ecstasy, that's way higher than that. Then you get higher than that, you get bliss, pure bliss. All these are higher and higher frequency states of beings. And the higher you go, it's actually even what you would consider an even better, more pleasant state of being. But you gotta understand this. So the highest state of being in this realm of reality would be orgasm, aka also known as bliss. So it would be like between like or I say orgasm would be the highest, but orgasm puts you a lot of times in the state of bliss. So the basic highest form of being here, we would consider it bliss, right? Like blissful or orgasmic. But there's realms of realities and dimensions and frequencies higher than even that, where the energy of orgasm even gets dwarfed by something even greater and better than that. So you got to understand that. So there's always something higher than something else. That's why I say heaven isn't something that you just go to and that's it. It's a heaven is a state of being. Even when you reach higher and you die, say you were sin, you were sin, right? You do go into higher body that may be a more pleasant life with more ecstatic experiences. Even then, that's lit, but you gotta understand that's gonna last for a period of time, and then after you get done with that and you're ready to transition and you're not attached to that rail, there's a realm higher than that. Then there's a realm higher than that. So you're constantly evolving. Now there is gonna be a plateau eventually, but it's not even really that. You always expanding. It just is it's different once you get into higher and higher, higher and higher states of consciousness, to the point where you still expanding, but you may not look at it as a leveling up thing anymore. It may be a whole nother concept that is so hyperdimensional from where we at in this low third dimension, we can't even comprehend that. See what I'm saying? The highest evolutionary knowledge and intellect we can derive from that energy is just leveling up. Like a video, this week, get video games, levels, unlocking the gems, the energy of completion, all that stuff is you leveling up, the ladder, everything's going up, going up, going up. But that's another video because that's deeper. I can make that on its own. But listen, you just don't understand that. So when you look at orgasm energy is very powerful. Orgasmic energy, we look at orgasm as just something that you're feeling at the moment. No, when you have sex and you climax, that feeling of orgasm you're having or ejaculation, whatever, that is you feeling for a certain amount of time until it's over, what it's like for the doors of that realm of reality to kind of be open and you actually feeling that realm of reality, and you feeling what higher beings in those realm of realities that's higher into it will be feeling on a daily, or feeling or constantly feeling that emotion and feeling that would be like it would be normal to them. You see what I'm saying? And then their form of orgasm would actually be higher than even that. So you gotta understand there's higher and higher forms of orgasm. So what I'm trying to say is orgasm is a world itself. So when you down here, even when you down here alive, right? Sometimes you may have an orgasm that's weaker than another one. Sometimes you have an orgasm that's stronger than another one, right? Sometimes every now and then, every blue moon, you may catch an orgasm that's very strong than you've had in a while. Sometimes you remember a time you might have had the strongest orgasm you've had before in general. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you know the levels vary depending on what you got going on in state of being, this, that, and the third. But you need to understand that orgasmic is a world itself. And there's a realm of reality that once you go to that realm of reality and you ascend and you get born in that realm of reality, orgasm is an energy in a world its whole self. Like there's like when you get born in that realm of reality, you're gonna be feeling even stronger, what you would call orgasmic energy, than even while you're in the third dimension. And I guess obviously that makes sense. That's not far fetched because it's higher dimensional. So it's more awareness, more more of whatever you're experiencing. But I'm trying to put it into words because it's hyperdimensional, but it's basically like there's a whole world of orgasmic energy itself. And what we look at as orgasm is just very small and minute compared to the whole mass of totality of what you can experience through orgasm. This is why even in sexual practices like tantra and stuff like that, they teach you about how to dive into different states. There's different states of orgasms. You got the regular genital orgasm that the average man may have or woman may have. Then you got higher full body organs that feel more blissful and more deeper than that. Then you got cosmic orgasm, blissful orgasm. You got all kind of different levels of orgasm. So in that realm of reality, orgasm is a whole world. Look at it like when you look at frequencies. There's multiple different frequencies of orgasm. You got here. And I'm not trying to make it as textbook and just everything logical, because it's a spiritual aspect. But you may have orgasm that's vibrating on here, this orgasm that, and it constantly goes up. So there's several different realm of realities. I mean, there's several different levels of orgasm, and that's a whole world in itself. To the point where there's actually energies that is even higher than even what we call orgasm. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of like you got energies out here that's even higher than orgasm itself. Orgasm is a whole world, and that has levels to it that's higher than anything that we can experience in this third dimensional vessel, because it will outweigh it. But then even in that whole world itself that we haven't even experienced yet, there's levels of bliss and orgasmic bliss that's even higher than what we call orgasm itself. But there's no name for it because it's so high. You see what I'm saying? There's no name for it. We haven't made any name out of it. Like I said, the highest state of being that we can feel down here, that we can make sense out of, is what we call orgasm or bliss in such a form. But there's energy signatures that are even higher than that, and more blissful, or feel even better than that. You see what I'm saying? Or more orgasmic than that. There's energies higher and feel more better and more blissful and more orgasmic than even orgasm itself. But these things don't have names yet in this from reality because it's so high for us to make sense out of it. You see what I'm saying? But I'm already there and I understand that. So y'all gotta understand that. So it's what I'm trying to say. It's some shit out there. It's some crazy. It's some intense world. You think this world is something that you want to hold up, and because you attached to it and you don't know nothing else better, you best get some understanding. It's not nothing bad or wrong with this from a reality, but you need to be aware that there is much more out there. And you live your whole life down here thinking it's the all be all, not knowing it's a whole realm of reality out there that's much more greater and broader and better than this one. Way harder than this one. In all areas. In all areas. More expansive. And you would never even want to come back down here. You would piss on this. You would spit on this. You wouldn't even think nothing of this. But you would look at this world as filth. Effing filth. That's how deep it goes. So when you understand that, you understand different things, you understand how things play out. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to make this video. I might come back soon, shortly, make another video. But you need to understand that, leveling out again. When it comes to orgasm, there's many different states of orgasm. Orgasms is like frequencies itself. There's many different types of orgasm. Like for instance, right? What a person arousal is, like arousal itself, what causes a person to orgasm. And when you talk about what a person gets turned on from, or what they get turned on to, or what arouses them, or what they orgasm to, all these are different states of beings in that world of orgasm itself, because orgasm is a whole world. And so each thing, no matter how weird, freaky, kinky, normal, hot, cold, weird, technical, dirty, a person a person may orgasm to, or that may arouse them, that's a specific location in that realm of orgasm itself. You see what I'm trying to say? And you got higher levels of orgasm that you can experience that are more power, and there's different levels to it that gets more powerful, to the point where there's levels that are so high that you can't even experience those levels of pleasure in this reality, because your physical vehicle won't let you, because it outweighs the third dimension that you in. So you can only experience those levels of pleasure and orgasmic potential in those actual higher realities once you actually either ascend or get born in that reality. A lot of y'all don't be going to that reality at all. A lot of y'all don't be in no damn glory. A lot of y'all don't be going to no sixth dimension or no higher fifth dimension where that's what they call the realm of the gods. That's why I started so bright, because you're looking at pure what you call Shakti energy, Kundalini energy, but it's really you looking at pure a being that's constantly in a state of orgasm. That's true. You are. You looking at it when you look at a star. You looking at a six dimensional being that's constantly in a state of orgasm. Be constantly in a state of orgasm. But don't look at it like you look at it here, like, oh wait, but that can get old. But eventually, it's not that. That's normal to them. But there's actual. But since that's normal to them and that's everyday normal, because that's why it's the sixth dimension, six realm of that's six sex, the realm of sex, the realm of conjoining, androgyny, all that stuff like that is one and the same. So you're looking at a being that's constantly in a state of orgasm. So when it actually has its actual orgasms with other stars or itself or whatever like that, because you can F yourself in that realm, it's hyperdimensional and create. You don't need others to procreate and stuff like that. And there's different ways you can procreate at that too. So when they constantly in a state of orgasm, when they actually have their actual orgasm in their life, it's something higher than even that. That's why I say that's a hell of a world. Now you're gonna start to understand what nebulas are and these powerful stars and all these energies, that because the sixth dimension ain't no joke. That's a powerful realm. That's a powerful realm, very powerful. You talking about some shit. you talk about some shit. That's really is the realm of the gods for real. At least to us. Then there is no one God, but the concept of God barely even exists. That's the concept of God just exists of the spirit that's over you, or the spirit that either governs you at the moment, or a spirit is at a higher dimensional level than you, so it governs the lower dimensions up under it. So a fifth dimensional being may be a god to you, a sixth dimensional being may be a god to that, a seventh dimensional being, an eighth dimensional being, might, you know what I'm saying? It keeps going, going, going. But that's how that plays out. I pretty much said everything I need to say, but that's what you need to understand. And and whatever a person orgasms to, anything you could imagine a person orgasm to, that's like a different state or state of being or location in the realm of orgasm. So if a person is orgasm to real weird stuff that's crazy, that's a certain location space of orgasm, and that's the actual space in that realm of orgasm. But you can only be there for small periods of time, and then you snap back out of it when that orgasm moves over. That's why orgasm only lasts like what 5, 10, at most 30 seconds, and that's usually for a woman. It's about 5 seconds to 10 seconds for a dude, because when you have an orgasm, that's the open the window to the spirit realm is open, so you experiencing what it's like to be in that realm of reality. That's what you feeling when you feel an orgasm. You feeling what it's like to be in that realm of reality, and it's beings and spirits and deities or whatever that's ascended, that's already in that realm of reality, and they constantly feel that on a daily basis, and it's even stronger than what you experiencing, because you only experiencing a certain fractal of that orgasmic energy down here, because you in the third dimensional vessel, and your physical body can't take all that energy and power. You see what I'm trying to say? So at a point, but so that's how that plays out. So whatever you orgasm into, that's a specific location in the realm of orgasm itself. So like I said, if into something really weird, that's a specific location in the realm of orgasm that you in. If you in the regular stuff, what we call regular in this realm of reality, which is just it's just what's regular in this realm of reality. There's really no such thing as weird or nothing like that. Only time something is weird is because it doesn't resonate with the location that you in. So whatever is normal to us, that's what we call normal. There's other realms of realities and portals and realms out here in worlds that other energies is normal to them, and they would call that normal. And if you take your ass from here there, and you say you get born in that life, do you be looked at as weird there? Because why? Because your energy don't match their world. So there's really no such thing as weird. That's why I tell people, like, nothing anybody tells people is true. It's just if you having an effed up life or something like that, or you a black sheep, it's only because you're not manifesting the people around your life that you need, or you may be debilitated from doing that in this lifetime. That's all that is, and it's better for you to go on and exit this vessel. It's true. It's just true. But for the most part, that's what orgasm is. So if you orgasm to something that's weird, creepy, taboo, that what we look at is like again like something that's messed up, crazy, messed up, ill, nasty. All these are different locations of orgasm, and they all exist in that realm of reality. These are all just states of beings. You see what I'm saying? You need to understand that there's beings already living in that world of orgasm that live there, that live in that's what we call heaven or the realm of glory, and it's so much more than it than just what you thinking now. You see what I'm saying? It's more than even that. It's